All right, welcome everyone to our regeneration class. I'm Coach Clint, and today we'll be doing some really nice, easy movements just to get you up, get you moving better, learn how to control your body in space, and be healthy. So let's go ahead and start with our tip of the day. Our tip of the day today is based on healthy tips for fall. So keeping yourself healthy this fall. Sorry, I got to get it lined up with the camera. Eating healthy versions of comfort foods. So you don't always have to get rid of those comfort foods, but maybe replace some of the more unhealthy. So if it calls for like 18 sticks of butter, maybe look to take some of the butter out of it. That's just an example. Consume immunity boosting foods. So there's a lot of them out there. There's a whole bunch of lists. So you can look, but obviously you guys already know like vitamin C is really important. There's other things out there that are really good for you. Turmeric, garlic, what else you got? Ginger. Those are the things that are really helpful during the fall and winter months to keep you healthy. Rise and shine at the same time. I like that one. Creating routine with sleep is really helpful to create a sleep pattern, which allows your body to rest and recover and obviously stay healthy. Drink H2O. Again, that's flushing our systems. We've talked all the time about how important water is, and in the cooler months it's harder to get it in because you don't feel as thirsty, but make sure that you continue to drink some water or fluids. Move more, sit less. I know that's a hard one, but finding time to do even little stretch breaks, little movement breaks, snacks throughout your day can really help. Soak in Epsom baths. So hot baths always feel good in the winter, hot showers, stuff like that. But when you do an Epsom bath, it actually helps to draw toxins out of your body. So it helps with muscle soreness, stuff like that, but it also can alleviate some of those aches and pains that come with winter months. So it's good for you. So put that in your head. And they have some really good smelling ones if you want to pretend like you're at a spa. And then our joke of the day, if fruit comes from a fruit tree, what does a turkey come from? Think about it. I'll give you guys the answer at the end, and then you can share that joke with somebody. And it is fall, so you have to do a turkey joke here or there. All right, we're gonna start up on our feet. Again, this is our regen class, so we're gonna go ahead and get things kind of moving with some more upright movements and then work our way down into the stretches. So this is just to get our bodies up and moving. We're gonna widen out our base. We're gonna go lateral lunge, drop lunge. So I'm gonna lateral lunge to the side. So I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna create an angle between my toe, my knee, and my hip. Sitting down, I'm gonna press up. Now I'm gonna sweep my right leg in and behind my left and tap that knee to the ground. Stand back up, right back to that right side, lateral lunge, drop lunge. Nice little flow here to get things moving. Okay, just getting things started, opening up these hips, loosening things up. Again, getting those muscles nice and warm and active. Let's go 5 of these on each side. Just get that movement in. Don't trip over your own mat. It's a good thing I do stability training. Good. Switching sides. That's what happens when you have grass, I guess. It lifts your mat up just enough that you're going to trip on it. Good. Get these lateral lunge, drop lunge. Make sure your both toes are pointed forward. Try to keep your chest up. Really stretching things out. There you go. Keep breathing. This is a really good warm up for those hips, especially if we've been sitting most of the day. Last drop lunge here. Good. Come to the center of your mat. Widen your feet out, a little wider than shoulder width. Okay, you don't have to go super straddle, but walk it in a little bit, just a little wider than shoulder width. Okay, from here, I'm gonna hinge my hips back, keeping those knees pretty straight. I'm gonna fold forward down towards the ground. Nice deep breath. Try to stretch those hamstrings out. Good. From here, I'm going to squeeze my glutes So I'm going to try to squeeze my glutes and hamstrings to come up. Instead of lifting from my back, I'm squeezing those hamstrings to pop up. Now I'm going to hinge back down, pushing my glutes to the back of the room, reaching down for the ground. Good. Squeeze those glutes, come back up. Squeeze and come up nice and tall. Good. Let yourself back down. Good. We got one more here. So we're going to squeeze those glutes, come back up. Good. Let yourself back down. This time we're going to stay in that down position. Okay. From here, I'm going to walk my hands over to the right foot. I'm going to touch my right toe. Now, if you're more flexible, you can grab behind your leg, pull your head down if you want. I'm not flexible, so I'm working on it. Now I'm going to walk over to the other side, touch the other foot. Nice deep breaths. Walk back to the right side and touch. Good. Walk back over to the left. Come back to center. And again, squeeze those glutes and pull yourself up. Nice and slow. Good. Now I'm going to step to the side of my mat. Okay. Giving myself some room. I'm going to go into that long strider stretch or world's greatest stretch. Okay. So I'm going to take a huge lunge step forward. So really extending out. I'm going to take both hands down to the ground on the inside of my leg. That's why my arm is hidden. I'm going to try to drive that heel on my back leg down to the ground. Okay, keeping that back leg active. Now I'm going to rotate up towards the sky with this front side. So my right arm and right leg are in front. Reach up to the sky with that right hand. Tuck back inside. Stay in this position. Now we're going to go ahead and swing back up. We're going to do 3 swings. Come back down. Got one more. Swing up. Now, if you're a little more flexible, you can go elbow to instep instead of hand down to the ground. You can try to take that elbow to the instep of your foot to get that extra stretch. Good. Step on up. Switching sides. Okay, big lunge step forward, strider stretch. Hands to the inside. Drive that heel down. Rotate up. Plug those fingers into the sky. Make sure you're looking where those fingers are going. That's why I always like to wiggle mine to see what I'm doing. Okay, again, you can take your elbow to instep or just reach across with your arm. Make sure you're driving that back leg. Don't just be lazy. Good, we got one more. Open up. Close down. And step up. Good. So concludes the movement piece, other than our drop squats. Okay, so we're going to do drop squats just to warm things up, warm up our legs a little bit, get that heart rate up just slightly. Okay, so we're going to start up on our toes. First go, we're going to drop into a base position. Second go, we're going to do nice, easy 2-inch runs today. Nothing crazy. Okay, you can go as fast as you want, but we're just looking to move a little bit, get that heart rate up a little. Here we go, all the way up. Go. Go. Good. Nice. Easy 2-inch runs. Light on those feet and rest. Just like that. All the way up. Go. Go. 3, 2, 1. Good. One more. All the way up. Go. Go. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Good. Grab a quick drink if you need it. Quick drink of water. Dogs all over the place. All right. So our first stretch movement today. Okay, it's a foundational movement. So what we're going to do, we call it a short stop squat. So I start with my feet together, okay, about shoulder width apart. I'm going to go ahead and come into a lunge position. down to the ground. I'm going to come down, both knees down. I'm going to come down to a crawl. I'm going to walk myself out into a low position. So I'm laying right on the ground. Now I'm going to extend my right arm out and I'm going to roll around to my back with my opposite arm, opposite leg up. Then we're going to roll back. Nice and easy. Control it. Hands go under my shoulders. I press back up into that quad position, tall kneeling position. Now my left leg comes up. Now I step up to a stand. That is your first one you've ever done, probably. So here we go. Go down into that lunge. Now my left leg's in front. I come down, down, walk out into that quad and beyond, walking those hands out all the way down. Now I'm going to go right arm out and I'm going to roll to my right side onto my back. Roll and control myself to my stomach. Now I'm going to crawl myself back into that quad position and beyond. Tall kneel. Right leg comes up. Stand up. Good. Right leg starts this time. We got one more on each side. So step forward, lunge position. Come down to the ground. Knees. Walk out as far as you can without letting that core go. Left arm comes out, right knee goes out, or left knee goes out, right arm goes out, and I roll to my left. I hold this position just for a second. Now I control myself back. Hands come under my shoulders. I press up. I walk myself back to a tall kneeling position. Left leg comes up. Step up. Good. One more. I know it feels weird. I know. Here we go. Lunge forward, knee down, tall kneel. Now this time, crawl yourself out as far as you can. Walk it all the way out, extending those arms. Control yourself down. Left arm out, right knee out, and I roll and hold. Good, roll back. Come to my stomach. I'm going to crawl myself back to a tall kneeling position. Right leg comes up and stand. Woo, little ground training. Good. All right, come down to your glutes, coming down into a glute bridge position. Okay, now we're going to dig our heels into the ground. I'm going to elevate my toes just slightly. Okay, we don't have to have them driven straight to the sky. I just want most of that pressure on my heels. So we have two ways of doing this next one. We're doing an overhead slide. So my hands are pointing down towards my toes. Level 1, which is going to be the harder level, quote unquote harder. It's just more mobility for your shoulders. You're going to bring your arms down into this W position. Okay, I'm going to try to keep my elbow and my shoulder at 90 degrees and my elbow and my upper arm at 90 degrees. So I come here. From there, I rotate my hands up towards the sky. I slide up overhead. I then bring those elbows down towards my pockets as far as I can, still maintaining touching that ground with my hand and my forearm, and then slide back overhead. Now, if that's a lot of pressure in your shoulders and in your pecs, then what I want you to do is drive your hips up towards the sky and do that same movement. Okay, it just changes the angle. It doesn't change the movement. Just makes a little less pressure on your shoulders. You maybe can get into that stretch just a little deeper because it's not quite as painful. Okay, I'm going to rotate my hands up each time. Rotate up, slide up, slide down. So we're working chest, shoulder mobility. Okay, we're working into some of that nice control of our upper body. If you're holding your glutes up, you're actually working some stability in your lower body also. Okay. Keep your core tight. Keep your breath strong. In through your nose, out through your mouth as we're going through these stretches. Okay, you got one more here. Get one more good one in. Good, and release. Shake out those arms if you need to. That should feel really good in those shoulders. Nice and opening for that shoulder. Now we're gonna go into a figure 4 position. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I cross my right leg over my left. My ankle is halfway between my knee and my hip on my left leg. Okay, so what that's gonna do, that creates a little extra stretch in my glute. Okay, if I'm up here, it's not quite as stretchy. Okay, so I want to come about halfway down. And then this is one. Okay, this is one is right here. Okay, we're going to stretch just like this. Okay, 2, you could thread the needle and come here and lean back. So you have 2 options for this one, whichever one feels better for you. If you want to stretch and get that extra stretch here, or if you want to leave your foot connected to the ground and press here. Now I'm going to count for you. Okay, so we're just going to hold whichever position you're doing, 1 or 2. You're going to keep breathing in and out through your nose, in your nose. Fill up nice and deep, out through your mouth, and try to press into that stretch just a little bit more. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Maintain this one side for right now. We're really just focusing on one right now. Let's go one more deep breath. Fill up as much as you can and let it out. Good. Switch to the other side. Same setup. Cross that leg over the top. Pull down. Now, if one side's a little tighter and you can't do the same as the other side, if you can't reach through with this side because it's too tight, that's fine. We're still doing the same stretch. It's the same stretch, just coming at it, attacking it in a little different way. Okay, this is definitely my tighter hip. So this right here is already a stretch. So I'm going to focus on my breath in. I'm going to breathe in tension into this hip. As I push out, I'm going to give it a nice little push. Now I'm not pushing to pain. I'm pushing to where I feel that stretch and I can go just beyond. We're going 5 good breaths here. You can close your eyes, use this as like meditation time to really relax your brain in. I know the train helps too. Helps me meditate, that's for sure. Good, let's go 2 more breaths. In, out, in, out, and release. Good job. That's one of my favorite stretches right there. So now we're going to go into a side lying rotation. So what we're going to do, we're going to come into a 90-90 position like a dead bug. Okay. Now I want you to pretend like you're holding a heavy weight in your right arm. We're just going to the right side for this first one. So I'm going to pretend like I'm holding a heavy dumbbell or kettlebell in my right hand. Okay. From here, I'm locking my core in. I'm keeping my shoulder packed into my socket. So I'm pulling it down into the floor, keeping my lat activated, keeping my shoulder strong, and I'm holding the weight of the world right here on my arm. This cannot change from a column. If this column changes angles, the roof will collapse. So I'm keeping that locked in as a column. And now my legs can move freely. I turn my legs to the side, keeping that shoulder packed into position. I just turn my knees to the side as far as I can without feeling like I'm going to lose control of that arm. And then I come right back to center. Now you got to keep that core locked in. You can use your opposite hand as a stabilizer also. Keep that shoulder packed. Rotate to the side just a little bit. Does not have to go all the way to the floor. And then control it back. We have 5. Nice and slow on each side. Now, if you notice, I'm looking straight up at that column, my hand. I am not allowing that column to let the world fall on my face. And that's sometimes why we like to put like our shoe or something up on that hand, is to make sure that we're controlling that arm. You don't always have to have a weight on it. But right now I'm keeping my muscles active, just like I am holding a heavy dumbbell or kettlebell. I got one more. Tip to the side. Keep that core tight. Don't loosen that core. Keep it nice and strong. Good. Switching hands. Now I'm going to lock this one in. So what I don't want, notice how this shoulder's off the ground. I'm going to pack that shoulder down. I'm locking in. Going to the other side. Rotating, keeping that column strong. Rotate to the side. Come back. Okay, notice I'm using my core to bring those legs back and forth. 5 reps here is plenty. Okay, and if you ever want to add weight in this position, you can. Just make sure that you're keeping that shoulder packed down and back, keeping that lat active, keeping this arm rock solid. Good, we got 2 more. Bring it back. Last one here. And bring it back to center and relax. Woo! That's enough core work for today. Holy schmoly. Nice work. That's a fun one. I really like that one. I like how it feels in my shoulders. I like that it feels like it activates those muscles that need to be in control of my shoulder for my day. I also like the fact that it works my core. All right, let's get into a Shin Box position. This is our last movement other than just a few stretches at the end. Okay, so Shin Box position. Now we have 2 ways of doing this today. Okay, you can do all your extensions and get-ups on one side and then rotate and do all your extensions on the other. Or if you would like, and you've done Shin Box rotations before, we can do rotate, get up, come down, rotate, get up, come down. Your choice. Again, dealer's choice today. Okay, so a Shin Box, if you've never done one, I take my left leg, I tuck my foot into my inner thigh of my right leg, and then my right leg is pointing back. The extension piece. Now watch this real quick. If you haven't done these before, extension is I drive up onto my knee, my hips come forward, upright in my chest. The get up part, I swing this leg, so my right leg swings up to a lunge position. Okay, that's as far as we go right there. Now from there, I take that leg back, and I'm trying not to use my hands the entire time. I take it back to that Shin Box position. Now I let myself down, controlled. I don't flop down like a fish. And you can repeat on this side, or if you want to do a Shin Box rotation, I glue my feet to the ground. I rotate to the other side, and I do my extension, drive my hips forward, swing this leg forward into that lunge position. Now I'm running away from you. Look at that. Okay, now I can swing that leg back, sit down controlled, rotate to the other side. Extend up, drive through that hip, squeeze that down glute, step up. Good. That's it right there. Now you're going to swing it back with control. Sit down, rotate to the other side. Mats aren't big enough. This one will be more fun this winter when I am inside. but I got to take advantage of being able to be outside for a couple more days. Drive up. We got 4 of these on each side. Take your time. And then we're going to go into some stretching at the end. Rotate to the other side. Now this is hip. This is glute. This is core. This is everything. Okay, this is teaching you how to get up off the ground, rotate through your hips, keep your core strong and locked in for doing squats, pretty much any movement you're looking to do right here. So we're driving through glutes. This is a good all around ground movement to learn and understand. Last one on my right side. I got one more on my left. I'm surprised I haven't kicked my water bottle over yet. Good, swing it back. Sit. To the other side. Drive up. Swing it forward. And fall back. And control it down. Nice work. Good job. Again, that one's not the easiest movement, but when you start doing it and it starts feeling good, those rotations feel really good because it opens up those hips. The get up portion feels good because as you get stronger, you start feeling that position and you realize how that helps with lunges, squats, standing up from anything, walking upstairs. So that's a good overall hip health and strength mobility exercise for that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead. Our last piece today, we're going to just do a plank hold. We're going to go for the time it takes me to read our quote. Okay, so it's a short quote today, but I do want you to pay attention and listen to it. It's a good quote, even though it's short. It's about perseverance. Okay, so let's go ahead and get locked into a good plank position. Now, what I want you to focus on with your plank, because we did so much shoulder. Sorry, got a phone call on my phone. We did so much shoulder stability stuff today. We want to go ahead and focus on locking those shoulders into place. So let's get into a good plank position. Lock in. And what I don't want to see is this. Okay, we're not sagging through those shoulders. I'm driving those shoulders in, keeping that core nice and tight. And here we go, lock in. Don't be discouraged. It is often the last key in the bunch that opens the lock. Okay, there's your quote. Short and sweet, right? And it's so true. Don't get frustrated. Okay, over time, the more work you put in, the more you get out of it. So don't look for those quick fixes. Just like this class, the more you come, the better you move, the better it makes other classes that we have to offer for you, because we're working on movement quality in short amounts. So you're able to really focus on the quality, not the quantity of the movement. So just like this plank we're holding right here, we're working on how tight you can lock in, how good your shoulders feel, what it's like to be in space, to stack things from the head all the way to the toe and keep it locked in with your core. Okay, lock that kind of stuff up. Go ahead and relax down. So don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged in anything. Okay, make sure that you focus on what you have and getting to the end goal. Okay, the end is what we're looking for at some point. So don't skip the hard work. Okay, the last few things we're going to do. Nice, easy stretches just to kind of shoot you off onto your own way. We're going to go ahead and take my right hand. I'm going to reach behind my back, and I'm going to try to put my thumb up between my shoulder blades or as high as I can. Okay, from there, I'm going to make sure that I don't hike this shoulder up to my ear. I'm going to pull that shoulder down. Now you should already feel a stretch in your pec here. Okay, and I like to put my hand across and hold that shoulder into place. You do not have to. And then I'm going to go ear to opposite shoulder. So I'm going to go ear to opposite shoulder. And again, don't hike this shoulder up. Allow that shoulder to stay low. Should feel stretch down your neck here. Deep breaths. Good. You got about 1 more minute left with me. Turn your head to the side. Chin goes to shoulder now. Good. Look back to center. Switch to the other hand. Now, share this joke with one person today. If fruit comes from a fruit tree, what does turkey come from? Comes from poultry. Oh, so bad. All right, go ear, opposite shoulder. Nice deep breaths. Again, don't let this shoulder hike up. Pull it down. Turn your chin to that shoulder. Come back to center and relax. Good job today, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. If you need anything, please email or IM me at clintx.carlson@teamexos. You can hit me anytime if you want to do a consult, talk goals, find that last key that will open the lock. I would love to do so. So please let me know. I'm always available and it's all free. So please utilize it as much as you can. I'd love to hear from you. So thanks again for being here. I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Have a great weekend if I don't see you sooner than that. And I hope I see you in the next class. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming today. Nice work.